Welcome back, everybody, to D5 Questing.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Wow. Captain Jack, Boot, Scoot,
Rally.
Boogie.
That's going to be the name of this episode.
So,
Boot Scoot Rally.
Boot scoot your boogie.
You better boot scoot your booty now.
Jake, young takeaway, the hard opening that we talked about earlier in the week.
I'm good.
Something about Hitler?
Oh my gosh.
Whoa! That escalated quickly.
The hard H word.
Heck?
Welcome back, everybody, to D5 Questing.
Heavens?
I'm gonna cut
Hernia?
some of that out.
Hippopotamus?
No, worse than all of that. So,
Hard. Oh, wait.
Hippocampus?
hard-boiled egg. So, yeah, welcome back.
Handyman?
I'm eating Oreos.
Well, I can't say Mountain Dew, but you can say Oreos.
That's the name of my cat.
Well, double standard going on there, boys.
That's the name of my cat.
So, yeah, welcome back, everybody. It's
Real
been a
fast.
minute.
I mean, if we were going to talk like that, we talk about generics. And in the MREs that we used to get in the Army, when you would get a M&M chocolate chip cookie, what it would actually be called on the package is cookie with pan-coated chocolate discs.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That was funny.
Let's see. Thanks
Hey,
to
if you could hit Reed, he broke.
he's skipping. Our speaking of skipping, let's skip right to the thanks. Thank you, Sirenscape. You're okay.
Get your feet off my
And
lightsaber.
thank you to all you questers for keeping us
Thank you
going.
to everyone listening.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Hey, this
Questers!
This-
We're questing. It's questing time.
this one's for all you questers.
All right.
Alrighty.
We'll just add an extra awkward
okay.
sound.
All right, this
All right.
episode is brought to us by excuses. Excuses are the nails that are used to build a house of failure.
Wow.
I was hoping that laugh would be creepier, but I realized I was in the wrong the wrong sound set for that. So,
You were in
so
the
thanks, Sirenscape.
you were in the birthday
Thanks.
party.
Happy birthday. This one's to you.
Wrong game.
Wrong game.
Heck, we're playing it anyway. John, take it away. No.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to D5 Questing.
Oh.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, I was going to tell you guys a little bit. So, a quick thing.
Ethereal.
You guys spent some time in town. Totally gave the sheriff,
Oh, we were in Casimir.
the constable, you were in Casimir.
Yeah, we'll go through the recap here.
Totally gave Constable Rawani Chelif a sizable donation, if you know what I mean.
He lacks me from my scale.
Oh, rebuffed gift, if you will.
And you guys went to, you took off, just jumped to town and made your way over to Hope's Hollow.
Hope is hollow.
Hope is hollow.
Hope is hollow.
And
They just need some love.
All you need is love.
and it started raining on the way there.
Mhm.
Let's get some rain.
I put my galoshes on.
It started raining on the way there. It was raining, and you guys came across this incorporeal ephemeral echo. And so a couple things about that.
Those both mean the same thing.
Does ephemeral and incorporeal mean the same thing?
Well, ephemeral is more like insubstantial.
I was thinking like ephemeral artery.
No,
No,
the way
that's
that
not. That's
ephemeral
not how
means
that is. It's
would be
femoral
that
artery.
It can't. It doesn't exist within two spaces, basically.
Yeah, femoral artery is just
Okay.
the artery that runs through your femur.
Well,
Yeah, right. But I guess you could have an ephemeral artery. It doesn't exist anyway.
so turns out
this is my ephemeral artery.
that was like one of the things that I was on my to-do list to read the page about the ephemeral echo, and I didn't. And so I was like, wait, she's incorporeal. How are they gonna win? How are they going to win this?
With fire.
But so as we were playing, you guys can go back through and rewatch last week's episode or 2 weeks ago episode and see me be like, But
Yeah, not like me going, let me look through the main player's guide for 2 minutes.
Hey, we all have those days. We all have those days.
whenever an ephemeral echo deals charisma damage to a creature, it absorbs a portion of its victim's anguish and becomes more real. It loses the incorporeal subtype and gains a strength score equal to its charisma score, which is 22.
So that's why stuff started hitting it.
Yeah.
Because it took away John's life
Yeah, it took away
and added to
John's-
its own.
Yeah, and did that. And
So
then
someone had to be.
the next hit was from Malith doing fire, and so you're like, oh, it does fire damage. And it's like, But,
Nope.
and then
No, it totally did.
totally
fire
kept
damage.
hitting it with -2s.
If I had hit it with a flask, then it probably would have shattered on it then.
But this says, whenever an ephemeral echo deals charisma damage or drain, it gains a +2 profane bonus on attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks until the end of its
man.
next turn.
So I was barely keeping
Cover
it in
your
check.
ears, because it's profanity.
So you were basically keeping it in check.
Wow.
Profane.
Wow.
The echo also gains 5 temporary hit points that last for 1 hour, which I failed to do. So we're back at the top of the order.
There we go.
I
It
still
pops
have-
up from the ground,
I still
reconstitutes.
have attack.
yeah.
The dust comes back.
Okay, so are we popping in at the end of combat there?
Yep. At the end of combat.
All right. Do you mind? You guys mind?
No.
no,
please do.
So all of a sudden, everything seems to immediately just suck back in to where it doesn't seem like I'm exuding darkness or anything again.
To remind everyone,
And-
totally, completely just like went super dark.
Yeah. And then I essentially looks like I pop back into myself, and I'm like, oh my goodness, oh! And then I quickly sprint forward to what seems to be left of the ectoplasm dust.
there's like
Excellent.
not hardly anything.
Okay, and totally just puts their hands into it, and essentially it's just like, oh man, and
And now Tully's sad.
yeah. And then looks
Geo
over,
was already
and then looks over
sad.
like, oh, Geo, are you all right?
Geo's deflated. Yeah, so Geo, you started the game at 12 charisma as your charisma score. You are currently at 6.
We'll find out if those are temporary.
That was during the fight. Now the fight's over, it goes back up to 12.
No, it does not.
It did not return. Oh boy.
Not of a Snuffleupagus. Wow.
So yeah, you're taking what is that, a -2 or -3 to charisma checks now?
What is he? 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Minus.
Make sure to update all of your.
Minus-
Geo, why don't you go ahead and do the talking?
You're at -2 on your stuff.
I
She
am
looked at
done.
me. All right, so you're.
He's gone yumpy.
He's
That
not
means your
even. He's not
intimidation-
even. How
That means your intimidation's gonna be.
I saw
terrible.
it. John was like, just guess I'll die.
Yeah, like, I'm useless now.
Geo, why are you sitting down? What's the point?
Depression all the time.
Geo's going to start doing sign language because he doesn't feel like talking anymore. He's no longer charismatic.
His diplomacy just went down. Deception, intimidation, all of that went down.
No more intimidating.
Wow.
All right.
And then I totally looked up. Is everybody else okay?
That sucks because I was actually
Oh
going
my
for
goodness.
intimidation too.
You know what? You know what's terrible is because like I need charisma. So if that had to happen to me, like my magic.
Honestly, it couldn't have happened to a better character for all of us, I think.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer
Thanks.
guy.
We need to find a witch or something to heal me.
Can I heal him?
You can try. I think the way to recoup that is basically just a long rest. I don't think there's any other way. So
Long rest.
Who's up for a long rest?
Well-
Everyone?
Yeah.
Intervention?
we'll find a better place than
Intervention?
right here on the
Yeah,
road.
look at all the abandoned homes where nobody's living. I think that one's got a nice double bed.
As another one comes through the wall, it starts sucking more out of you.
The sun is about a half hour to an hour away from setting. You're standing on the precipice of Hope's Hollow. What do
Hey.
you do?
Hey there, guys. Geo's not looking so hot. Maybe we better take a rest before we move on.
As I'm glowing orange. I agree.
Geo is gonna. Yeah, we need to go find something.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
he's like all depressed and slurring his words and
Totally
a little bit of drool.
Totally
comes out the
already
corner
looks
of his
back to
mouth.
normal and reaches down and grabs his hands and just lifts him up. Come on, silly head, let's go. And like, just immediately starts skipping back into the center of town.
Come on, the carnival's this way.
Center. I don't know if we should go to the center of town totally. I think we might better have a better chance out in the woods.
But don't you feel the presence here?
Yeah, it feels really down.
But look at all the empty homes.
That's what we're here for.
It's a bit dark.
You guys. So that's pretty much all Tully says. I don't care.
Split the party.
Yeah. I'm taking Geo with me.
Geo goes with Tully.
And Mal
Just
just goes back to the
slathering on
cave that
some
he
of that
found.
ecto ghost ethereal plasma.
Put that goo on, yo. No.
Oh yeah, it feels warm.
Tully and Geo go and try and find a place to sleep. Mouth goes back to the cave, and Kit goes into the woods. What could go wrong?
Sleepy
No,
time.
we should obviously stick together.
All right. Well, I mean, if we're gonna rest, let's rest.
So, are you gonna try and find an abandoned home, or look for an inn, or go out back to the woods?
Tully's essentially an anime character at this point, just zooming from house to house and looking through windows. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
I look over at Kit and I say, how does she move that fast?
That's something that you might be able to learn. It's magic.
How are you doing that?
Let's see what happens
Yeah,
when I jump
we'll
at
put
you like
Malice
this.
on lookout because then everything will be set on fire when we wake up.
All right.
Or like,
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
So the four of you start making your way through town, and
Not much because clearly, Kit is a little more hesitant, and so I guess we'll respect that a little bit, and not like.
so kind of stay like on the outskirts.
Well,
maybe
I
find.
mean, I figure the in between is kind of checking houses on our way.
Okay.
So if we find one that seems abandoned, we might as well.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch that are abandoned, very clearly abandoned.
Hey guys, this one looks like it has nobody that lives in it. Which is like I just got a 28 on perception.
Okay. You definitely find one that is abandoned.
Oh, fantastic!
Geo is all about that and moves on in.
Okay. So you move in right as the storm starts to get heavier. Everybody go ahead and make a perception roll.
Can I just get to keep mine?
Here we go.
Yeah, you can keep yours.
All right.
But Jakers, I'd like you to roll a D100.
Ooh.
There's one right next to you.
I got a
Oh, yeah,
A cannonball.
Do it.
Oh, boy. Hey, this might be loud. Incoming pounder. Oh boy.
Scared the cat.
47.
47? Yeah. Okay. Everything seems fine.
Sweet.
I got a 12.
Hey guys, everything seems fine.
I got a 20.
12, 20, 28 for Tully, 27 for Tully.
Yeah, it's like 27. I went up by one when
Geo?
I went down by one.
16.
Through tear-filled eyes,
You
Geo
die.
sees
I'm just kidding.
the house
Geo's
the
going to
same as
start
everybody
making a
else.
fire in the fireplace to warm the house up. Give it that lived-in feeling once again. Positive feelings, people.
Okay, so yeah, you guys, find a place. There's this was the home of what appears to be a single parent and half a dozen kids in this particular
dozen.
house.
Nah, let's just kick him out.
Yeah, they're gone. Like there's dust on the floor and stuff. This house has been clearly abandoned for a while. The roof has some leaks in some spots. You can see the flashes of lightning through cracks in the roof, but you find some spots that are dry enough for you to sleep. I'd imagine you guys are going to do some sort of watch.
Well, it would stand to reason we don't want to get hit by another, necromantic being.
Okay. Who's going first, second, third, fourth?
Geo will go first.
How about Geo?
I
just get some
volunteer for the
rest,
first watch.
Geo.
Yeah, why doesn't Geo just no, Geo, you go ahead and you just rest up, bud.
Yeah.
Geo falls to the floor in front of the fireplace.
Now we'll take first watch.
Kit will take the second.
I guess I'll be last.
It's a good thing that Geo isn't on watch, especially first, because he would just keep everybody up with his cries.
Yeah, besides.
Geo, you okay?
Haste.
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, I just thought I heard
okay.
crying. Okay.
Necromancy most foul.
What century is this?
Alright.
Geo's getting warmed up. He feels a lot better.
Okay. As you guys are kind of getting ready, the first three to go to bed, you hear some shouts from out in the street. It's not distinct enough for you to hear, make out too many words, but you can tell that it's two people.
Are we in the darkness now?
Oh, I thought you said it was shouting. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like a shouting conversation.
But we can only hear it through the wall muffled.
Yeah.
But what are we into darkness? Like, what are we at?
It's dark outside, but there are a few torches that are like kind of like lampposts.
Okay.
Not very many. Like somebody whose job it was just basically did like a Geo style job, half heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
You've become the butt of the jokes. Dun, dun, dun.
oh Geo half heart.
Well, half charisma, anyways.
So you hear some shouts.
First
Geo
watch.
didn't. Geo was
Well,
still
that would be
asleep.
Malith. Malith heard him.
Well, it's you all like hear it as you guys are like getting ready for bed. Like getting bedrolls out and brushing your teeth.
I vote that
Hey,
we just
guys,
leave
hear
that till
that?
tomorrow.
Are we on like the second floor of this house, or is it?
It's a single floor house.
Okay. So I creep up to the windows.
To the
All
window.
stealth-like. Maybe not so much so stealth-like. Let's see. I rolled a 4.
Forgot to turn my anime mode off.
But that I still get a 15 on stealth and oh jeez. And perception of 12.
Okay. So yeah, you look out and you see two people, probably 50 to 100 yards away, and they're shouting at each other. Well, I'm telling you right now, Chris, she was mine first. Oh, don't be absurd. Don't be absurd, Roger. You know I had her first, and you're just mad at me because I was the one that proposed and she said yes. I'm willing to settle this right now if you'd like, Chris. Oh, you wouldn't dare, and you know you'd lose anyways. I don't know about that. I'm willing to fight for the one I love.
Like that.
Hey guys, there's these two guys out there arguing about possessing a woman.
I vote we just leave them be. Their business is their business. No reason for us to muddle.
I wonder how they meet it. And then I turn with sparkles in my eyes.
So you just stay there watching them, basically? Okay. Does anybody else go to the window and watch? Or you just kind of like, well,
I
That's-
sat at my bedroll.
part of living in the Bronx.
What do they look like?
One looks like
Surly,
surly,
As a surly would.
salty,
as you do.
gruff. That's the one talks kind of like this.
Looks a little bit like a sailor.
And then
you know?
the other one is dressed to the nines.
Oh.
Talks like a saint.
Wow. Hold on. So like, does he look? He looks like he actually still takes care of himself.
So the rich
Yeah.
guy lost his girl to the
Interesting.
poor guy.
And the rich guy is the one that you or the one that's well dressed anyways. You gather that he's proposed to this woman that they both have the hots for.
Okay.
And they're basically getting ready to throw down. You also discover, kind of going back and forth, where they're like, one says something about, well, mother would be awful disappointed with you running around like this. She's mine, and you have a girl in every port between here and Absalom. And so you find out that they're brothers just by kind of watching.
Oh. Well, Tully goes. Just muttering, basically. Well, this should be interesting. and then puts her hand out as if she's grabbing a shoulder of the well-to-do gentleman and casts a spell on him.
Ooh. Oh.
This should be interesting indeed.
Did anybody else say they were coming to watch it, or?
Nope. Just sitting up in
Nah,
my
Geo's on
bedroom.
the floor.
We're kind of more of an adult.
Geo's already out.
Look, we got a new lizard skin rug.
This will be a fortitude save.
Because that's what you want as a rug.
Which will be a 25.
Fails. Catastrophically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Critical fail. Critical failure.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do.
So he feels a pinch on his butt.
His own butt.
How you like
Goodness,
that?
Roger.
Tilly pokes her own butt.
There's something biting me on the rump.
On the tortoise.
My tuchus doth
Goodness,
feel
Roger.
raw.
Roger. Something foul is about.
All right. Oh, it doesn't
Something
look like-
foul this way comes.
You're right, something foul is about. Name starts with C, ends with Chris. Now, Roger, that's no way to talk to your brother.
Oh my
Not,
gosh.
I told you, Chris. Christopher, don't you use my full name, Roger. Rog. Now, don't you be using my
Rogerio.
shortened name either.
Rajniganda.
Rogerio.
My middle name is Rajnaganda.
I hate it. I hate it. I thought Rajniganda was a boy's name.
Anyway,
Oh no, it's.
Oh no.
I had it pulled up. I was ready for this. I
Chris
promise.
drops dead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I knew you couldn't handle it. That's right. Everybody see that? I just looked at him and he dropped dead.
Look at him funny.
Okay,
nobody saw
so
that. It's
here's
nightfall.
what happens.
They're like underneath a torch or a
Um,
lamppost.
He is afflicted with ghoul fever at stage 3.
Ooh.
He got stage 3 ghoul fever.
So
It's like stage.
You're
stage
right
3
there,
cold
Chris.
feet.
You're right there.
Yeah, it's,
You're looking kind of sickly all of a sudden.
I got that stage 3 ghoul fever.
Never you mind. Never you mind that. I'm fine.
and
His lungs start to fill with fluid.
I still can fight the likes of you. Now, Christopher, we can reschedule this duel for tomorrow when you're feeling a little better. I don't want anybody thinking that the only reason why I could beat you is because
that's
you're
crazy.
sick.
uh,
You sicko.
He breaks out.
he takes 23 negative damage.
Whew.
He just falls into the mud.
Like 23 points of damage.
Yeah, all negative.
Wow.
And
Yeah, he like drops, not dead.
yeah, and he becomes a carrier of it
Ghoul fever.
for a day.
You just
And what's it called?
Ghoul fever.
You just infested this entire town.
That's it. We're out. We're leaving.
So what he gets, he
Has to come to
immediately
locust.
starts to have like a hunger. Like he starts feeling just a deep
Hunger for what?
Hunger.
Hunger for revenge.
Because
That's
eventually
it.
you're going
I'm
to run
moving to
out of
Sparta.
normal food.
So did he just drop down to the ground?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is your narration over, my good man?
Yeah, because all you see is from where I would have touched, you can see the rot spreading along his neck, and like you can see the veins changing.
Oh
as
my
he touches
gosh.
his face.
I say,
Christopher, you're not looking so good.
Totally, what are you doing over there?
Nothing.
I go to investigate.
Nothing?
As I look over.
Okay.
I go to investigate.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
Are you looking?
Yeah, actually.
Are you looking at Tully, or are you like looking down the street?
Are you
to be like,
trying to
what's going
actually
on?
see what I did?
I'm walking to Tolly, yeah, because I felt magic.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh.
You might have. Let's see.
So I walk forward. I walk forward towards the window to see what happened, and I have a 22.
A 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, when you say Tully, what's going on?
I got a 25 on stealth. So
But I think that doesn't work for sense magic. I don't think you can hide your magical
Conceal
footprint.
That's what I have.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you.
You give me a six.
Yeah. I can still look out at them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
So yeah, you come out to the window, over to the window, and you look out, and you see one of them, a well-dressed, gentlemanly type, fall to the ground and like clutching his stomach, like almost like he's been stabbed.
I say, what happened, Toy?
They were fighting each other over possession of a woman.
And he just is he dying?
Just shrugs, just like
He
I
doesn't
don't
look
know.
very good. I don't know.
Get out your sword and defend
cast-
yourself, Chris.
I cast stabilize. Out of nowhere, just my body just reacts to it, and I cast stabilize.
Okay, you see that eases the pain a little bit. I said, get out your sword, Christopher. Defend yourself. And Chris is just kind of like,
So
and like
hungry.
kind of like reaching for like a dagger and like kind of pulls it out all shaky. And then Roger pulls out his rapier, and stabs Christopher through the heart.
And then
And Christopher
becomes
drops dead.
infected.
Wow.
And Roger becomes infected with a cool disease.
And as you guys are standing there watching Roger pull his rapier from Christopher's chest, dripping with his blood,
Oh dear.
the rain intensifies a little bit,
I cast stabilize again.
and Roger goes, Chris, and like drops his sword and like is like almost shaking and like, Christopher, no, I didn't mean it, Chris. I didn't mean it. It's not. No, she's just a girl. You can have her. I didn't. And like just collapses in a pile of tears and sadness.
He is a pile of
So-
tears and sadness.
Totally.
They're both down then.
Totally sprints out the door to them and goes over to the guy who's crying and goes, "Oh no, what's wrong?" As I'm gripping his shoulders.
We were fighting over a girl, and well, I didn't mean for it to go this far. Now my brother's dead, and I'm a murderer.
Murder most foul. Well, that sounds horrible.
I also go out into the street,
Down in the street.
but I cast stabilize.
On
I cast the stabilize on Chris.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what happens with stabilize.
My ears perk
He's
up.
dead.
Fine.
My ears perk up, and I go out because I hear what's going on. Wait, well, I should.
Geo locks the door.
Yep. No, Geo's out.
Gio's asleep. Okay.
Nice warm fire, nice cool place on the
One second.
floor.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Because I have an elixir of life.
We're gonna try Christopher.
So I roll him onto his back, open his lips a little bit, and dump some of this elixir of life into him.
Oh boy.
Are you gonna make him eat the vial?
Oh, wait, 1 second.
I just pick one up and throw it against the wall.
No. Wait. Sorry. No, before I do that, because he's obviously dead, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to actually take one of my draught of elixir of last will
Oh, you got this from
from the manor. Yeah.
This is the one that got the ghoulish fever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's dead on the ground.
He regains.
So is he
regains
on
half
a
as many. hit
is he on a
points.
dying track or is he dead?
He's dead.
So can you put him on a dying track to hopefully bring him back?
For the sake of a story,
No.
No.
go ahead and roll a percentage.
That's not how this one works.
We'll see.
Not how this story works.
Let's see. Oh, hold on. Let me read Elixir of Last Will. If a character drinks this gray liquid, the next time within 24 hours he falls below 0 hit points, he exhales a sliver of his consciousness, whether he is alive or dead. If a character drinks multiple elixirs in a 24-hour period, only one is effective. As an immediate action, the sliver. As an immediate action, the sliver can guide the action of one ally within 30 feet of the drinker's body. This guidance gives +2 luck bonus on that ally's next attack roll, to the ally's AC against the next attack made against her, or on the ally's next skill check. The drinker decides the type of bonus and the ally. The bonus must be used within 1 round. So, yes, he's on a death track, and you've got one thing that you can do.
But stabilize.
And then,
Does nothing really? You know what stabilize does?
well, Tully sees you doing that.
You know what stabilize does?
Tully says,
Stabilize.
I don't know. It looks like his spirit's pretty much gone.
It stops him from being on a death track.
But
Okay.
if this brings him to it, then I can dump an elixir of life
Right.
in his mouth and give him
We'll-
health points again. Hit
We'll
points
do stabilize.
Ah, stabilize.
We'll do stabilize. So he's no longer on the death track. He was at death's door, but thanks to the suspicious actions of Tully at the window, Malith is now involved.
again. All right. And
No, it's okay.
And I'm going to drop an elixir of life into his mouth,
Okay,
which gives him 3d6 plus 6.
go ahead and roll that.
You want me to roll that?
Yeah,
You don't want to roll that?
I don't want to take that away from you, and I don't have 3d6.
Now you do.
Okay, so that's
Never touch
12.
another man's instruments. Okay.
Wait. Yeah, he takes half. He only takes half healing from everything.
Because of what you did. So he takes 6.
Not because of what I did. He has ghoulish fever. I didn't do that.
Oh, you
had
did
it.
do that.
That was the repercussion of what happened. That wasn't my fault.
He just had it. What was I supposed to do? Okay.
Ghoulish fever just happened to be the effect of what happened, not what I intended.
So yeah, and like nobody knows that that's where it came from.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So he starts coming too.
Oh, look at that. His spirit's back. I pat him on the head.
Chris? Chris? You son of a gun, you should have stayed dead. You should have stayed dead. What's happening? What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. We're fighting for the woman we love.
And I turn over and I'm like, hold up a second. Weren't you just sad about what's going on here?
You can mind your own darn business.
And I slap him.
Roll initiative.
Ah,
Tully gets on her hunches right next to
21.
the dead guy's face. Hey, are you hungry at all?
Yes, I'm quite hungry.
Mm.
All right,
Geo's sleeping.
Malith is 21.
no, I'm not.
24.
Geo is just sleeping.
Yep.
I got 21.
Geo's asleep.
Kit
You want me
got
to roll for perception?
no. You're sound asleep. You just hear the crackling fire.
Something could be going on in my dreams. You never know.
Purring like a kitten.
I had a dream that you guys are fighting each other.
That's what Geo hears.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm
Till my till a light.
Tully, are you getting in, or are you just gonna kind of sit back and be like, "Hey, you want some jerky?
Oh no, I'm totally just interested.
You want some raisins?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Tully's just like baffled about what's now happened, and it's just like, wonder where this is gonna go.
You wanna try auto cannibalism?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kit, you're up.
So the surprise round was him getting slapped to the face.
Slap to the face.
Okay, well then I'm going to tackle him.
He rolled a 2 on his initiative.
Did he?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tackle him and I'm on top of him and I'm going to pull out one of those liquid blade ones and I'm going to hold it right next to him and say, This is going to stab you like you stabbed your brother if you don't stop.
Roll,
Which I do have
yeah,
intimidation.
roll intimidation, and I also think that there's going to need to be a what's the grapple?
Grapple,
Yeah.
which is what, strength?
Acrobatics.
If you have it, acrobatics or
Dumb it down.
athletics.
Acrobatics or athletics.
Let's do acrobatics. Okay.
You get a pick on your side.
And it'll be
Acrobatics.
his defense will be athletics. Unless you're trained in acrobatics.
25.
Yeah, you very quickly, like he's kind of reaching around in the mud for like his rapier because like he pulled it out and like dropped it. It was like, no, oh, I killed my brother. And then like now he's like back to being enraged and he's like trying to find it, but you just slap him and then tackle him.
Yeah, and now I have that. Now I have that right in front of him, and it is a 22 for my intimidation.
Okay. He like immediately just is like, I don't want any trouble, mister.
Except for before, mind your own business.
When there's an open moment, I want to cast detect magic on them.
On these guys?
On the area. Yep.
Okay.
Right. Well then, cripes, man, why you have to go fighting people like that? You bemoan your brother, we bring him back, and then you want to kill him again?
Right.
You don't, there's a history here.
I don't care about
Oh,
the
well, I
history.
wouldn't
You were feeling guilty. What happened to that guilt?
There's something seeing him alive, and he looks back over and spits out at Chris. Something about seeing him alive, wanting to be with the woman I love.
I'd like turn his face into the mud, and then pull it back out. See
You
that? We hold your life in our hands right now.
Leave me be.
You gonna make up with your brother?
I like it. You're
Thanks, Geo.
instilling family values, you know.
Thanks, John.
Force people.
What'd you get on your intimidation?
22. I can roll another one.
If he promises to leave my woman alone, we don't have to draw the square.
Oh.
Well, he's got a lot more to focus on, seeing how he's almost dead.
How about we just tear the woman in half, you know?
Why don't you each get
All right.
one?
They both agree to it.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
That's not how that works.
this is going to be really interesting.
And I use cleave.
As long as I get the top half. What?
It's horrible.
Your detect magic does not yield any results.
All right, I also did a 30 on occultism about what I'm noticing about the spirit and what's going on in the area.
You sense that there's something more at hand.
Was I completely familiar with what the ephemeral spirit was?
What's that?
With that 30, would you say that I was pretty familiar with what that ephemeral spirit was?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, so you know that that ephemeral echo was basically sticking around because of something that happened in life.
Okay.
So
Well, I also got a
something that's
that
holding
was
her
a
there.
so I also got a 23 on the lore of curses.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
Malith, what are you doing?
At this point, I just look at the man and I intimidate further as well and say, how about you just stop fighting?
Now you want to be careful there. This guy's gonna do something to you if you try and touch him.
My tattoos are glowing.
I don't want any trouble, this plane or another.
26 on my intimidation.
I don't want any trouble, not on this plane or another, mister. Your tattoos are getting awful scary.
Is the other brother still prone?
No, he's like sitting up, like holding his chest, where
Okay.
he's stabbed with one hand and holding his tummy with the other.
I go over and
Hold on,
like,
just a sec, Jake.
Oh, okay.
Also, I light up some lightning in my hand. It just lights up as I'm telling him this.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have done a thorough job at scaring the bejeebers out of this guy. But Roger seems intent on either he gets the girl or Christopher dies. He is terrified outright by you guys to the point of like he can't even hardly pick up a sword to fight, but he is intent on I get the girl or Chris dies.
It seems to me that seems to me that you have a love triangle going on here. Maybe you have a spell that's on you.
I wasn't too much good at geometry, none. Don't know much about triangles.
It seems to me that there's some sort of spell that's on you. I cast. I'm gonna cast on him
Detect
his
magic.
aura, his read aura, to see if there's any
Read
type of-
aura.
Read
Wow,
aura.
he's in his blue. He's turning to purple.
No, I open my mind. I target one object, and you focus on the target object, opening your mind to perceive magical auras on it. So that's what I'm gonna do.
So it's kind of like detect magic.
Yeah, but to see if there's anything on him, or if he's under the influence of any type of spell.
Yeah, there's definitely an outside, and like you guys could tell that without detect magic or detect aura. And I apologize that detect magic and that sort of stuff is still new to me, but yeah, there's an outside force affecting him that you can tell. Like if you're looking at his aura, instead of it being like red for outraged, it's like this weird, almost fuzzy,
But it's not a curse.
So they've both probably fallen in love with a witch.
but it's not a curse.
Like a
I
hex
believe-
or anything.
You're using a lot of big words, and I apologize. I'm not trying to
I'm
tiptoe
with you.
around the answer.
I'm with you. It's more like
I get
if you
it.
had a better understanding, you might be able to get a better answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Jedi
Which
mind
I
trick
don't.
him.
Which I don't.
So-
I mean, I only have
All right.
a little bit of it.
You.
I offhandedly over my shoulder then to all the guys and just like, hey, sounds like one of them should die. And then, and then I'm like, oh. Like, I don't know. I'm still on my haunches, stared at the dude who's like just barely brought back.
As I
licking,
shoot
licking
as
your
I-
lips.
As I shoot a
wanna
bat
talk
and look
to
back,
him, but I want to give everybody else their turn.
as
before
I shoot a
talk.
look back at Tolly.
I also look at Tony like, what the heck? Who are you?
No, so to answer the question, there is some sort of spell or magical ability that is influencing their actions.
Okay.
I think that's safe to say. As far as what school of magic or
I can't
spell,
tell.
I
You can just.
don't know.
You can just.
You
I can't tell.
didn't roll high enough to tell.
Maybe if I knock your head hard enough, you'll forget your family.
But-
Need more mana.
But it is definitely something that they're not acting how a normal love triangle should act. And you saw that very clearly, especially like when there was so much rage between them, and Roger killed Chris, and then was like, "Oh,
And then we
a murder must
reversed
foul."
the natural order of things.
Correct. And now that's like kicking back in this like rage. So,
Interesting.
Maybe we go and see this girl, see what that's about.
I agree.
Anybody have manacles?
I have rope.
if you don't like being tied up, I'd have tried that.
Oh, hush you.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we take care of this in the morning. You know,
I said we take care of it right now.
I tie him up.
Yeah, 100%. Like he tries, but you guys have terrified him enough that he's talking a big talk, but can't do a darn thing about it. Chris is starting to come to a little bit more.
Okay, when I see his eyes start to focus a little
Yeah,
bit.
you said you wanted to talk to him.
Yeah. I go, hey, just a question. Hey, have you happened to see any spirits or see anything like that right now or before?
Well, if we're lucky, we might see the spirit of my brother momentarily. You'll allow me to stand up and get my rapier.
Oh,
and make
indeed.
quick work of this.
Sure.
So he
Totally just stands out of the way.
he stands up and is like grabbing his tummy tums. Now, untie him so we can finish this gentlemanly like.
I suspect that he is also under a spell.
Yeah, and the same kind of aura is around him, where it's like, if somebody was mad, like we'll say for instance, you would see a red aura around them, right? But this is hazy. This is being interfered with.
Gotcha.
Hey guys, they seem to. There's something fishy here, but if we can't stop them, I don't know.
Try to tie him up.
So yeah, he
I
grabs
say we
his
go see the
dagger,
girl.
Cramps, I didn't want to be involved in the first place. I
grabs
just
his
wanted to go
dagger,
to
and
sleep.
he starts walking over to Roger.
That's
Well-
like Geo sleeping.
You know what?
Yeah, Gio's gonna get a full night's rest.
You know what?
He needs
To,
it.
to heck with both of you.
We go walking down through town, and he's still sleeping.
To heck with both of you. Fine. You don't want to work things out civilly. Then I'm just gonna. I pull out. I don't even know if I have a knife, but I uncut or cut the bands.
You have that pocket-filled knife, you know.
Yeah, that's right. I pull that out. And I cut the bands.
Pull out your Gerber.
Cut the bands off of old what's his name?
Roger.
Roger. Thank you. I was gonna say Charlie. Old Roger there.
Thank you, tattooed
However,
man.
one exception here. I'm gonna take both your swords.
Very well, I don't need a sword. And he reaches out with his dagger and slices the throat. Squeech, squeech. And,
my God.
and Roger falls to the ground and is on a death track, dying.
So now it's like reversed.
What the heck?
And
Totally just goes, oh!
Chris kind of pushes him over. Christopher pushes Roger over, like kicks him over, and he falls over and is like bleeding out in the street. Sorry, bleeding out in the street.
Oh, there you go. Now you happy?
Yes, now he won't be meddling in the affairs of
Alright.
me and my suite.
Firemen carry the dead body.
So yeah, he's not quite dead yet, but as
I
you
know.
like pick him
You
up,
gonna
then,
have the blood just all over you?
blood for the blood god.
I'm gonna put pressure on
Yeah,
it.
skulls for the skull.
You know,
thrown
you
over
you
here.
put pressure on it, so he's
The whole throat?
dying still, right?
Yeah.
What's your plan here, man?
Now he's being choked to death.
Okay, but here's the thing: like the guy thinks he's dead. Technically, he's dead.
Yeah, he's if you look at it, like Chris is starting to strut his stuff because he's not under the influence of being feared, right? Because you guys didn't target him at all, and so he's like strutting his stuff, like thinking he's all that. And he's like, yeah, now if you'd get that piece of trash out of here, we can all get on with our lives.
Okay, great. I take the dude who's dying to where we're at.
I'm like, oh boy, and I'm like, wait, and I'm catching up to Kit, and I'm right behind him with the guy, and I'm up trying to be like near his neck, and I'm whispering in his ear, basically trying to help him.
Hey, hang
Meanwhile,
in there, buddy.
Meanwhile, I slip over to Tolly one of those elixirs of life. Tolly, go ahead and put this in his mouth.
Just pocket it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
totally.
Here's to you, Roger. Bottoms up.
Okay.
But
Okay, so I got a 24 to make sure I set it all up right
Get it in his mouth.
and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm still carrying him.
Breed. Ma'am.
Junior. Butcher.
Junior deputy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still sleeping.
So, Geo in his dreams.
Geo in his dream doing what?
Geo in his dreams hears this. He's at a kid's birthday party.
Geo's happy.
Okay.
I can feel it. It's coming back.
Dude gets 21 health points back as we get there.
Okay.
The way we're taking him.
You guys, are you just taking him right through the front door?
Yeah.
Back into
No.
your conquered house?
Take him around the back.
Temporary housing.
The house
I mean,
commandeered.
we got bedrolls set up. You want to put them on one of yours?
Sure.
Okay.
Man,
So,
that's a lot of blood. Wow, that's a lot of blood.
Well, we've
I
stabilized them
recognize-
and stuff. Yeah, but
Okay.
okay.
Oh no.
So you guys carry him in, and as you lay him down, you start to assess his vitals, and that potion, that elixir of health that you gave him, doesn't seem to be working. In fact, it seems to be having the opposite effect, and he starts convulsing violently.
Oh dear!
before
Totally, what'd you give him?
He's starting to do it. What do you want me to do?
and his death track goes to 0. Gone. From outside, you hear a gentleman cry out, "What have I done? Oh gods, Roger, I'm so sorry, Roger!" And like he tries to like run after you guys, but you've already gone around the backside, and so he can't find you. But you hear him crying out and about.
I'm gonna do just to make sure.
Exactly like that.
I get a. Oh, that's not so hot. But it looks like I get a 16 on medicine, just to kind of see what the condition, or like what was going on.
As far as like cause of death,
What
or
killed
Well,
him?
yeah, I'm just getting close to just be like,
Why
oh,
it killed
what's
him.
up, you know, and I'm just kind of working with the body.
yeah. So there's
Totally mortician in practice.
Apparently not. I rolled a 7. It's Nortorvo here.
this isn't a court of law. This is a doctor in the medieval times.
I put on my mask.
Get some leeches. Get some leeches. Okay. I'm bleeding out. How long have we been going for?
51.
Okay,
51.
we were close.
Oh man.
All right. So yeah, you guys are kind of examining the body, and it looks like his blood has sort of like coagulated.
Whoa. So everything's thickening in the blood.
Yeah.
I just
Whoa,
say,
what was on
And
that
I-
dagger?
I just
I
say
even-
good riddance.
You see me scoop it, and I go, well, that's interesting. I don't know if that should have happened normally.
What was on that dagger?
You can go ask.
I'm not gonna go ask.
Hey, Chris. Let's see. Look at that dagger. Could you see what happens?
Tackle him from behind.
Go and make a
Rub
heal
his face
check.
in the mud.
Yeah, Kit. Did you make one already?
No.
A heal check for what?
Just like medicine. Oh, I'm sorry. Make a medicine check.
27.
27. Yeah, there's it's some sort of poison, but you can't tell entry point.
Gotcha. So there's nothing the elixir could have done. It
So-
just he was already. Of course, I can't tell entry point. It was a slash.
It was all the intimidation.
But the good news is he's not bleeding anymore.
Cool.
Okay.
So, it's like basically I think if we bring him back, we're just going to see the same thing happen.
Yeah. Well, I knew we shouldn't have been involved anyway.
I told you they probably had to kill each other.
Why'd you go running out there, man?
Roger.
I didn't run out there.
Yeah, you did. It was you. It was you that ran out there.
I was wondering what he was doing on the ground. He was bleeding.
Geo, get up. What the heck did you do?
It's not our business, man.
I wanted to see the body.
Cripes, now we got to get rid of a body.
I'll take care of the body.
I just wander off to my bedroll and just fall asleep while those two are gonna be.
Hold up, Malith. You got
Here's
first
your-
watch.
His bedroll's covered in blood.
Hey, I mean, if you guys are gonna be hollering and bickering, then I'm just gonna.
You got first watch, bud.
Not anymore.
First watch already went horribly wrong.
Well,
First
I
watch
guess
is over.
I'm going to take care of this then.
Hey, you take care of that. I'll watch over the house.
Okay.
All right.
Up
So
under the shoulders, on the feet, and I just am dragging him on the bedroll.
on Kit's bedroll.
Yeah. Up the back. I guess you could take my bedroll, kid.
They don't need a bedroll.
Tradesies. All right, Tilly, what do you do with the body?
I just take it
You with the body.
out back where it's because the whole place just kind of seems more, there's nothing suspicious anywhere, I guess.
Are you trying to be stealthy because you know that
Yeah, I don't want anybody to know. I don't want anybody to think we had something to do.
you know Chris is around back somewhere.
Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, that's good.
Push him out a window.
All right.
Limp body falling out a window on the first story.
So
Start
I
going down
got
to John.
I got a 23 on stealth and a 32 on deception for Tully to take care of the body the way that Tully would, I guess.
Okay.
Chop it up into bits.
I'll be back, guys.
So deception is basically to take care of the body. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, so that, you know, if anybody was to come across, that's my, just in case, if anybody's coming across, that's what I'm
You're
gonna
watching
do.
for other people watching.
Okay. So like if somebody starts asking questions. Oh yeah, I just
Or just the way that I've
found
taken
this
care of the
guy.
body.
Okay.
Just scrape some mud over it.
So yeah, do you want to go into detail on how you take care of the body, or
Not,
not on
if you
air?
want, if you want, I can.
Not on air. We want
But
to.
yeah.
We don't want this to be an R-rated.
Yeah, maybe keep this child friendly.
It's not.
I
child-friendly.
just go through the
Chops it
vivisection
up, drinks
details.
the blood. Oh wait,
Drinks the coagulated
Well, it's
blood.
coagulated now, so it's
Oh.
kind
So
of
eats it, fries
Eats
it
it
up.
like Jello.
chews the coagulated blood.
It's got the Jello going on.
I wasn't gonna
Oh,
eat it. I was
goodness.
just gonna
Man.
taste it.
Tully's not that intense.
Wait, I taste so good.
Does anybody ever see what Tully does when she's by herself? It's
So
it's
good.
All right, so yeah, you take care of the body, and on your way back, you see Chris just kneeling in despair, crying. He doesn't see you.
He's still diseased.
Okay, well, I go over to him, and I'm going to,
Stab him in the heart. Finish what you did.
yeah, you know how I do.
Totally was secretly an assassin the entire time.
I go over and I'm just like, hey, how you feeling? You know, you all right?
You were with them when they took my brother.
Yeah, he's gone now. Don't worry about it.
Where? I must make amends with my brother.
Well, he's not inside
Please.
our house, but I have this, and I pull out just a little charm,
5 fingers.
and I was just
What?
like, here, I think this was something.
He takes it. You found this on his body then?
Yeah.
What kind of a charm is it?
5 fingers.
It's
His
just
middle finger on a necklace.
it looks like kind
Suck
of
on
a
this.
basic crest, and it has a little bit of smear of blood across.
Say that.
It looks like a basic like house crest. Nothing specific, like so it wouldn't just be.
Family
But and then it
Okay.
has a smear of blood across the top.
His blood.
I don't think so.
Oh.
That's how I found it.
I'd very much like to see his body.
Like I told you, he left.
I have to find him. Which way did he go?
Send this man out on a pointless quest.
Take your aid to him.
I must find him and make amends.
So I was just telling him that just like my information on the matter. So,
Okay. Do you point him off into a direction or?
yeah. I just point him off towards kind of the entry into the place.
Yeah. He gets up and
I think he wanted you to have that charm too. I don't know.
asks you for any food. Do you have any food I might have? I'm starving.
You do seem famished. Here, let me help you. And I reach into my pack and I pull out a food item. And
Okay.
hand it to him.
He immediately eats it. Like doesn't even like touch his mouth. He just. You've been most kind to me. And reaches out to put his hand on your shoulder.
I just take a step back. Sorry.
Boob,
Good luck.
Boob graze.
Yep.
I'm sorry. No, he reaches out and you step back. Okay, I understand, but I appreciate your help.
No problem. Always happy to help. And Tully has a big smile
No.
and turns on the heels to walk back to the house like a job well done.
Now, if you'll excuse me, and he kind of gives a gentleman's bow. Christopher Rolst
And I do a flourish.
is off to find his brother. And marches towards the entrance.
The
my
gentleman.
Okay. But yeah, he
Stepped up this guy for
tucks the
dinner.
pendant in his pocket and walks away. All right, so you come back into the house.
Uh-huh.
Action.
Hey guys. Hey, I think it's all taken care of. He wandered off out of the
You find
the village and
I snap awake and I say, "Oh my gosh!
Kit's not in the room.
Isn't this what we saw? Isn't this what we saw with that ghostly figure happen? Where that guy stabbed his dad?"
oh.
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 And then I fall back.
Totally just looks pensive now.
And then I lay back down and fall asleep.
And Kit's not even in the room.
Where's Kit?
But instead, You find
I love it. You say it like a fever dream.
you find a black fox with a red heart on its chest, cuddled up with Itsune, your fox, just sleeping on the floor.
Okay. The questers all fade off to sleep, leaving no one behind to watch. And we'll pick it up there next week.
Ooh.
Well, we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, diggity diggity diggity.
Wow, 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 wow.
Question.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
D5.
D5.